Today I've got the Klarus RS20. This is the upgraded version from the original. There are a few nice improvements to this. And I've reviewed a few of their lights before, but this light is unlike any other flashlight that I have. It's got a lot going on with it because it has the main front LED, and then it also has this side flood LED that you can do 4 different colors with. It's also rechargeable, and it comes with its own 18650 battery, rechargeable battery. So it's got a lot going on, and you're getting a lot for the $110, not a small price, but for the $110 that you're gonna pay for it on Amazon. So let's have a look. Here's everything that it comes with. Comes with the box, comes with a lanyard and some extra O-rings, comes with the instruction manual, and it comes with the belt case. Just show you some of the highlights on the box here. So like I said, this side flood can put out several different colors: red, green, blue, and white. It says red for emergency signaling, green for map reading, blue for finding blood trails. I had to bring this to the ER, and white for, well, for seeing stuff, I guess. On the back, there are some of the general features of it. This light puts out 1050 lumens, 1050 lumens, all the way down to a low of 1 lumen. Always love the moonlight modes. And it will throw it listed about 300 meters. So you'll probably get a useful distance of about a football field with it, is how I usually translate that. So let's get this stuff out of the way. As long as I have the belt case here, one of the interesting things with this belt case, let me show you how this works. On the back here, there's the hook and loop that you can loop it through your belt there, but then there's also a D-ring if you want to clamp it on something there. And when you put the light in this case, it goes down in there so that the floodlight can stick right out of the hole there, so that you can clamp this onto your belt and use this hands-free to light up the path in front of you. You do have to turn the light some in the case to get to the button, which is in back, to activate the flood. But otherwise, you can do that and then just turn it back, and then turn it back and turn it off. So interesting feature of the way this belt case is designed. Let's look at the light, how it's designed. On the back here, there is that charging port, and it comes with a proprietary, a lot of people don't like these proprietary plugs, but this one, it's a USB, so charge it into any, or plug it into any USB port that you have. And then this little piece here is magnetic, so it just sucks right into it. You get it close, and it sucks right in. This will light up back here, there's a little ring, it will light up red as it's charging, and then when it's fully charged, it will turn green. So you can see, just sucks right to it, and then you can pull it right off. So nice feature there. As much as people might like having a micro USB charging port, the nice thing about this is that it's magnetic, and then there's no little rubber flaps to worry about covering up. You don't have to worry about water getting to the inside because this is just all magnetic, and so you don't have to worry about that. Taking the light apart, out of the way. On the inside here, here's the 18650 that it comes with. And you can see this has both positive and negative on both ends, so that you don't have to worry about which way that you put it in. And similarly, the charging port has the same setup. You can use regular 18650 batteries if you want, but if you're going to use the rechargeables, you need to make sure that they're similar to this one with the positive and negative at both ends. And we'll screw that back together. It's of course IPX8 rated, all lights. It's got the standard, hard anodized aluminum, standard feel of pretty much any other flashlight that you have. Moving down, there's a little bit of some heat sinks here. And then up here, there are 2 buttons because you can control the front LED and the side flood LED independently and at the same time. So let's do the front one first, since that's kind of the typical one that lights have. And the way this light works is to turn it on, you long press and it will come on. And then you single press to move it down through the modes. 4 modes: 1050 lumens for 2.7 hours, 345 lumens for 7 hours, 10 lumens for 110 hours, and 1 lumen for 982 hours, which is about 41 days. So plenty of time for that. From any of these modes, you can double press, and that will get you into the alternating strobe, and then single press, and that will take it back to where you are. To turn it off, long press, and it goes off. It does have mode memory, so whatever mode you turned it off from, long press, comes back onto that. From off, you can double press, and that will go right to the strobe, and then press it again, and it goes back off. Now the side flood, this is actuated by the orange button, Similar function to the way the other button works. Long press and it will come on. And there are two bright whitenesses, a bright white and a dim white, and then it goes into red, green, blue, and then back to the white. The brightnesses on this is a 200 lumen white, 65 lumen white, 90 lumen red, 170 lumen green, and 27 lumen blue. And then there's a couple of strobe modes within each of these. If you double press in here, you get to a similar strobe on the flood. Single press, single press. When you get into the red, if you double press, there is a SOS, I believe. Yep, short, 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 long, long, long. It always goes back to the white. To the red, into the green, double press. This is just a straight flashing beacon mode. 2 flashes, a pause, I think, and then slow flashes. So that's the green, white, green, red, blue. There are no flashing modes in the blue, and then it goes back to the white, and then you long press, and it goes off. You can have the front LED and the side LED on at the same time, if you want. The only thing that you can't do is if you put one of them into the strobe, the other one automatically goes off. And then if you turn the strobe off, it will come back on. And then you can turn them off independently. So a lot going on with this light. It's a really interesting light the way this is set up. This is great for using for camping, setting it on a table, because you can do this hands-free using this flood mode. Suppose you're in a blackout and you want to use the diffuser feature on this. Here it is on the full brightness, and you can see it lights up this entire room. You can headstand it, you can tail stand it, or you can just set it down flat on the table and it will light up the whole room, no problem. That's the full brightness. Here's the dimmer setting, which is still plenty bright in this room. You really almost don't need the bright setting. And then from there you can go into the colors. There's the red, keep your night vision, the green, the blue, and then it will go back to the white. Double click, here's the strobe and the white. And then if you go into the colors, you can get the beacon or strobe feature in each of the colors. There it is in the red, and then it always goes back to the white. Here it is in the green. And then the blue, as I mentioned, does not have a strobe, and that always goes back to the white. You can also use the main beam. Here's the main beam with it on. You can change the color along with the main beam, and then if you go into the strobe on the main beam, shuts the other light off. Just has that main strobe, turn it off, and it goes back on. Turn the main beam off, and you're back where you started cycling through. So it works really well if your eyes are adjusted. The only thing, it would be nice if you could preset or just have bone memory for this, because maybe you don't want to turn it on to white, but something you can do is, turn it off here. You can put your hand over it so that it comes on. That's it over my hand. So you can see my hand's over the light. Go between the colors, there's the dimmer, and then onto the red, and then you could uncover it if you want. If you don't want to go into that white and ruin your night vision. So that'd be one possibility. Finally here, let's have a look at the main beam. Full brightness, and this really, you can see it coming out of there. It's got a nice focused beam, so you're gonna get a lot of throw to this. A lot more than I envisioned, actually. Going down through the brightnesses here. There's that moonlight mode. And then double click and we get to the strobe. And back to that full brightness. So this is a great light, Klarus RS20. Lots of interesting features with that side area light. There it is, just with the area light. You can see how much area right in front of you can light up. If you're kind of walking around, works great. Dimmer, red, green, blue, back to the white. Check it out, the Klarus RS20.